George Freeman.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. It's a great pleasure to be able to speak in this debate. And could I just pay tribute also to your long-standing work on animal welfare issues in this House over the years. And I'll be brief because I know there are a number of very good private members' bills that are wanting to get heard today. But I wanted to speak on behalf of the people of Mid Norfolk, but also, if I may, on behalf of Tosca, our 14-year-old cat, and Jassy, our 2-year-old fox-red Labrador. The pets of this country need us to act on their behalf, just like there's many others in this country who, in a civilised society, need parliamentarians to speak for them. The children who can't vote, and all of those who need us to take their interests seriously. And it's a joy to have got their name on the order paper, on the official record as well. But more importantly, for all those who've suffered the appalling trauma of pet abduction. And it is not a victimless crime, and for many, many people in this country, the abduction or theft of their pet is every bit as serious, if not more serious and traumatic than the loss of a wallet or the loss of things that the police more generally think of as more serious crimes. And I want to pay tribute to my great friend, the Honourable Member for Southend West, who has brought this to the House and secured government support. And I pay tribute and thank the Minister on the front bench for her support for this. This is enlightened government working with backbenchers across the House to put in place really good legislation that the people of this country want, and in the spirit of our late great friend, the Honourable former member for Southend West, the late David Amis, whose shield stands proudly behind the current sitting member. He would have been absolutely to the fore on this, and he was a great champion, as she is, for this whole question of pets and animal welfare. I wanted also to mention particularly a very, very dear friend of mine. I won't give her surname, but Marika, who had a beautiful miniature pinscher, about the smallest dog it's possible to take on Hampstead Heath. And he became lost in the undergrowth, and somebody found him. And rather strangely, rather than take this tiny little dog, a puppy, to somebody, or look around for the person who'd obviously lost it, he decided in his haste to tie this puppy with a piece of string to a railing and abandon it. And when Marika subsequently, after an hour of searching, was reported that this dog had been seen tied to a railing, she rushed to the railing to find the dog stolen. And 24 hours later, the body of the puppy was found just off the North Circular. And the trauma, it's ongoing. 5 years later, she'll be distressed to be reminded of it, but I know she wants me to raise this, and she's raised it with her local MP, and she's delighted that this bill has made it to the House and that the government is supporting it. And I, Mr. Speaker, conscious of time, I won't rehearse the excellent arguments that have been made about the legalities of this. I just simply wanted to do two things. Firstly, take this opportunity to remind those listening, and invite the Minister to remind those listening, that there is actually I think, I defer to my right honourable friend, the former Lord Chancellor, Attorney General, for, I think in the 1990 Environmental Protection Act, there is a very clear law that anyone who finds a dog has a duty in law to make sure that it is a stray dog, that it is returned to somebody in office or to the police. And the person who decided they were too busy to take Marika's dog to the park wardens at Hampstead Heath or to anybody, but to tie it up and abandon it, actually committed an offence. And it's really important that people understand we all, as citizens, have a duty to dogs. And this bill today, I think, strengthens that obligation, as well as the criminal sanctions against those who don't exercise their responsibilities and exercise this appalling crime on behalf against pets, but every bit as appallingly against the people who love their pets and suffer the trauma. I wanted briefly, Mr. Deputy Speaker, to highlight in Mid Norfolk some really excellent work going on, and some of the terrible stories that I've seen in my work. That the Cat Protection League in Longham, and I see the Honourable Member for Cambridge on the opposition front bench as a former candidate in Mid Norfolk. He will know well the Cat Protection League in Longham, and they do brilliant work on rehoming and on microchipping, and I'm really delighted to see the extension of the microchipping framework in this bill. I want to highlight Dog Lost in Norfolk and Suffolk, who do great work, and I know my right honourable friend, the member for Suffolk Coastal, supports them. They have 25,000 members, which speaks to the importance of this issue across our part of the world and across the country. And personally, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I wanted to highlight Alex Dan of Dan's Ice Cream in North Tuddenham, who had his dog Patch stolen from beside his van, beside his ice cream van. He hadn't lost him, he hadn't neglected him or left him. While he was serving customers ice cream, somebody stole his dog, and it was reported in the excellent Eastern Daily Press. And Rita and Philip Potter, who had their Labrador Daisy stolen. And I could go on, we could go on. This is not a victimless crime, it's a crime that causes huge trauma. And for those who rely on their pets, not just for the glories that pets bring to daily life, but there are many people who actually rely on their pets to help them with mental health conditions, to help them with loneliness, to help them with a whole raft of small c conditions that cause huge pain. Pets are doing a huge social service for us all. I'm not suggesting they should be brought under the provisions of the Department of Health and Social Care or funded for it, but I think we should at least acknowledge that they're doing hugely important and good work, which makes the crime of pet theft all the more appalling. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I won't indulge your or the House's patience any further, but I just want to put on record my support for this bill, for the Honourable Member, and my joy at seeing all parties in this House come together in support of something that I think the public will be delighted to see Parliament putting in place.
Front bench.